welcome to the fourth part of the French Chateau speed build. Today, I have also brought a friend. You may know him from previous voiceovers, and that is Enmanuel. Would you like to say hi today?
Hello, everybody.
Well, and today, we're just gonna talk about things for an hour. We have a whole hour to voiceover, that's kind of a lot. And in the speed build, I'm basically going to be working on the interior. I think I'll do the foyer. I think I'll finish it, and I will also probably start on the drawing room that's right next to the foyer. And I think even start working on the kitchen, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. I guess we'll find out in a bit once we get further in the video. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a while since you and Manuel have been on a voiceover, right? When was the last time you were on the voiceover?
I think it was for the modern farmhouse. I'm pretty sure from I think it was part something. That was early April or May, around there in that area.
Yeah, that's how I recall it as well. I think it was part 2 maybe of the modern farmhouse.
Probably part 2, yeah.
Wow, that build. Honestly, so glad it's over now. It was iconic though. But modern farmhouses, I'm sick of modern farmhouses. They were so much work. I mean, the one that I was working on, it was so much work. Honestly,
and a lot of detail and how you wanted everything to be, custom, and it's a lot of dedication.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, this book doesn't it's not any different for the modern farmhouse when it comes to detail and everything. I do feel like I actually kind of put even more detail into this house.
Yeah, a lot more detail. Especially you have the custom stairs now that we have.
Oh yeah.
Basic shape. Because I remember in the modern farmhouse that wasn't available yet, I think.
I'm pretty sure we didn't have them then, but maybe not. I don't remember. I don't think we did. But, I don't think I even used any basic shapes in this staircase. It's mainly just structural items.
Oh, wow.
But nonetheless, I don't know. The staircase I remember it being a pain, honestly. It's just, it was hard, and it still hurts to remember the process of me doing it and everything.
Yeah, especially how, the turns and all of that,
I think that wasn't even the hardest part. I think I remember that, the hardest part was probably, the whole, vaulted part. That you would be able to walk under the staircase.
Oh yeah, that probably was the hardest part.
Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I just kind of finished it, well, the shape of it at least. I'll just have to color, and now I'll be doing the wall trimming. This whole house, it was kind of tricky to make it work with the exterior. Thunz obviously did an awesome job on the exterior. It was just kind of hard to cover up some of the exterior detailing on the inside, but somehow I'm glad that I did manage to make it work. And I am kind of happy with the final outcome. And I said before.
Not really nice.
Oh yeah, thank you, thank you for saying that. I feel like out of all the spaces in this house, the floor is probably my favorite. Do you have a favorite spot in this house? What's the place that really stands out to you?
I think that my favorite part was the office. I think maybe because of or it was the office or I think you call a sunroom, with the plant room.
Oh, the greenhouse?
Yeah, the greenhouse, exactly. It was very detailed, very nice and stuff like that. So.
Oh, I'm really glad you liked the greenhouse, because I remember liking it as well. It's probably one of my favorite rooms in the entire build. And I just remember getting inspo from a Sims build. I don't remember what it was exactly. I just remember it being a very nice historic build, and I just kind of saw the idea and I was like, oh my god, I need to recreate that in Bloxburg. And so I do think that it kind of came out nicely. And I'm actually glad that you think that it's like it because it ended up looking really good. Like with the whole greenhouse itself, I don't know if you, I think you know, but I actually redid that greenhouse. Like originally, I had it planned differently, but I just wasn't happy with how it looked, so I redid it to what it looks now in the tour. I think you might see some footage of that, or maybe not. Depends if my editor has cut it out or not. But yeah, it's actually kind of a fun fact that I did have to redo the greenhouse, and I just had to redo a lot of space in spaces in this house in general. I remember there being at least like 4 or 5 rooms that I redid, which is kind of crazy. But I guess there's always like you always have to try to make things perfect.
Yeah, but either way, everything came out like really nice, and yeah, I think maybe on top of the greenhouse, I think I could say, and the office. I think like the sitting room, like the living room. I
Oh,
think
that,
as well. It's also really detailed as well.
with the
All the
living
old
room, I
furniture.
have mixed feelings because, well, obviously, I think I did do the best I could, or maybe not. I'm not sure. I remember trying my best to make it work, but it was like a very hard layout in general with how the doors were like placed and everything. It was hard to make it work. So I'm not entirely sure like if I like the layout of the living room, but I guess I'm kind of happy with how the furniture came out and everything.
Yeah, I cannot. Yeah, I like. I really like. The old furniture detail, especially the old furniture. Because it brung out like the vibe. Because normally a lot of people wouldn't really do that, and how custom it was as well. Because normally old furniture has like a lot of curves and it kind of looks like torn and like very used and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think that was another good part about it.
I mean, that's like the look I was trying to go for in general, because like you said, a lot of people don't usually do houses like these in general, and like once they do, they try to make the interiors more modernized, and I really didn't see
Yeah,
like an interior that's colorful and like, more classy. If that makes any sense. So I was really happy to recreate like, well, yeah, to try to recreate something close to a real chateau interior. Are you even a fan of like chateau interiors, or do you have any other French
I
interior styles that
I
you
like
like?
maybe I guess I could say I like chateaus. I really do, and some that are like yeah, I could say I'm like a small fan of chateaus because normally I kind of do like modern builds. Like I really like to settle for like celebrity homes. I think celebrity homes is like a strength that I have,
Yeah,
but
they're like dream homes in a way. You don't have like a specific style
yeah,
to go for. It's just you wing it, you do whatever you like. I guess that's what celebrity houses are usually like. They're like dream houses.
yeah, especially like a few houses. Like I could say like Kendall Jenner's house when you guys like had done you and
CC.
hold on, can you cut that? 'Cause I don't know what to call her. I don't know if I call her Cece or what her YouTube name
Well, I
is.
think most
So
of my
let
subscribers know her as CC. That's basically the Salixia. That's the person I
okay.
built the New York City townhouses with, the New York City brownstones, and Kendall Jenner's house. We're just great friends in general. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I know what you mean, but like that the styles are kind of mixed, and like the Kendall Jenner's is kind of a good example because the house is Mediterranean itself, but then it has like a lot of minimalist, but also Mediterranean accents. So it's like a mix of different styles.
Yeah, and I just, I had a feeling it was going to be replicated in Bloxburg in a way. I didn't know who was going to end up doing it. But as soon as I saw the house, I really fell in love with the house and like the whole vibe that it had to it.
Yeah, for
But, yeah.
sure.
And you guys did a really good job with the exterior and replicating it
W-
because it looked a lot. like the one in real life. So
Well, thank you. We really try to remember it being so much work. Cece spent a lot of time herself, and I remember I spent like at least a week just working on the exterior itself. And I was glad with how it came out at the time. Now I do think that the build itself is kind of outdated.
yeah, definitely. Not now the build is outdated because a lot of updates came out not so long after that house was built.
Yeah, like the game changed drastically.
Yeah.
It's so hard to even, like, I don't know, even like a build from December feels outdated. It's just so weird.
Yeah. Lately, the updates have been coming and they've been good. Like I've been very, I guess you could say, what can I say? The build, the new updates have been really good, especially, recently with the basic shapes and I forgot when was the other update for it was basic shapes, and then the structurals I think is what had a really great impact on the Bloxburg community because of all the new opportunities, like people building cars, people, building things that you couldn't build before, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Before I couldn't build this one. There's multiple houses that I couldn't do before that I have saved. There's curved houses like Joe, like she did a brutalist home not too long ago. I think that's what it's called, and it was like a curved.
I remember that
you
build.
Really
yeah.
See before.
I don't think it was a speedbuild though, but I remember the house. It was like very curved and very nicely done. And I see what you mean, like the whole, like, good outcome of the structurals update and the basic shapes. But at the same time, I do think that it had its cons as well, because, like, right now in the Bloxburg building community, there are extremely unrealistic expectations. In the bar, it's just too high for like good builds. Like if you want your build to be considered good, you have to do everything custom, which in my opinion just literally defeats the whole purpose of making the game fun. I feel like that's a huge issue that people don't really talk about nowadays. It's just like a huge issue in the Bloxburg community. People just kind of go with it, I guess. I mean, so do I. But it's just like I see myself not enjoying the game as much just because of like having to make everything custom. And also, I can't entirely blame it on the community. I do think that the devs should also put in some effort to, maybe add more furniture. And it's like the whole, but like I guess that's also because of the whole like developer team being kind of small. Because if you didn't know, there's only 2 devs, I think.
Yeah, Coeptus and
Froggy. Yeah, they literally have to make the whole game work and like do all the updates when they have like a live outside, Bloxburg. So it's just, I do think that like them hiring a team would probably help maybe revive the game a bit, make it more fun and more refreshing for us players. But, again, that's completely up to them and everything.
Yeah. A lot of, like you said before, a lot of expectations have changed after the structurals update.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why, like, I realized that after playing in The Sims, because I realized that I still do enjoy playing, these games where you have to create your own spaces and, like, furnish stuff and whatnot. It's just, I prefer building in The Sims for now because of how many more things you can do more easily.
Yeah.
It's like most of the furniture is already given. At least, I can find everything I like. Because I'm so into designer furniture, you have no idea. I literally love designer chairs and whatnot. They're just so pretty and I could not live without them. But like I just love designer chairs, and you could get them all in The Sims, which is amazing, and I just love using them in my builds, and it's just, it makes it, I just love them. I just love my Sims builds. That's all I can say. And I can't do that in Bloxburg because it's literally almost impossible to create most designer chairs and make them
Yeah,
functional.
there's a lot of designer chairs that I would as well also like. I don't know what it's called, but there's these chairs like I don't know what they're called, but I used them in a recent build. I forget what they are called.
You can look it up. It's okay. But
Yeah,
there's like I think there's like 20 popular designer chairs that are used like across the whole world that all designers, high-end interior designers use. I feel like if I were to be an interior designer in the future, I'd be like a high-end interior designer because it's more fun when you have a bigger budget to spend, to work with. I don't know. I guess a lot of us feel like that, but I'm just like, I don't know. Newer furniture or like more expensive furniture is more up my alley. I guess that kind of makes sense by looking at all my builds. I kind of do not look at my budget. I just go with the flow, and yeah. That makes you guys, all the viewers, suffer. Those who are rebuilding my houses, which I'm extremely sorry for. And I do have an exciting build coming up that's gonna be quite cheap compared to all my previous houses. It should be under 400,000, probably even under 350,000. So if you're not necessarily rich, that house is probably gonna be perfect for you. I think Emmanuel has seen it. I showed it to you. Like, yeah, literally today.
yeah.
You've seen it.
You guys are gonna like it. You guys are gonna like it a lot, especially since in demand. Like a lot of people don't like to spend as much money, but I think this house will be perfect for a lot of people. So
I really hope so. It's not a big house. It's not like a mansion, but it is a 2-story house. It is a specific style that I haven't done before. And I might even dive into the whole suburban style again. Maybe. Just maybe, perhaps. Because cheaper houses, you make them so much, like, quicker. I don't know about you. But, like, it's really rare for me to finish a whole house in a day. And with this cheap house, I really did a whole exterior in just like probably less than 6 hours.
yeah, honestly, I think that as well because I try to be very detailed in some of my builds, and the way that they're really expensive. At one point, I was even looking to like make cheap builds just for me because sometimes I just get really tired of building and it gets
and you want to
boring
like
real fast.
roleplay. You want to roleplay and not build.
Yeah, but for how far I've come, I don't think I could be going into a small home just because of like the overall vibe of
Okay.
like the roleplay community and stuff like that. So
Yeah, but I guess like everyone has like a different role-playing style. Some people like role-playing in smaller houses.
yeah, I know a lot of people that would probably benefit from like using small homes and stuff like that. So yeah,
I don't know. Small houses are interesting. They're definitely.
and they're easier to decorate unlike big houses because sometimes you can have a lot of space missing and you don't know
Don't
what to
get me
put
started
in
on that with
certain
big
place.
houses. You really like with big houses. You really have to start thinking when like of interior design and not just building.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, every single little thing in the big house needs to make sense, otherwise it will look bad. At least that's how I feel. So I always try to make my big houses make sense and make every little detail matter and whatnot. But yeah, with small houses, it's kind of just like, I guess you still have to make every single little detail matter, but you don't have to put in just as much effort because of, you know, the house is obviously much smaller.
Yeah, because a lot, like I had said before, you don't want to leave like a big area open and just, have it just sitting there empty because then it looks weird.
Yeah. You know what I noticed that people used to do, like in mansions? It really used to trigger me. Like I remember people. This isn't directed to anyone, really. I just remember someone doing it, and like I feel like all of us probably did it at one point. And it was just building a mansion and making everything like an open floor plan. You know how mansions are usually all closed off because of how big they
Oh
are?
yeah.
And people would leave everything open with these huge gaps between rooms. Oh my god, that would trigger me so much. I guess it triggers me now as well because like when you know something about interior design, just it's just like it hurts. But I guess we
Yeah.
all went through that stage. We all start somewhere, so it's like okay. If your first build wasn't good. I don't even think my first build was good. It's not like, there are much better
Oh no.
builders than me in the community right now, but I do think that I'm better than what I used to be before.
My first build, I still have it saved. Like my first build that wasn't a speed build was just horrible. It literally, I didn't know where to put the stairs. I still to this day don't even know if I even put stairs in it. There was literally no furniture in it. Maybe a couple. Maybe. The house was. I used to make homes starting off with the exterior, not knowing where to put anything else. Actually, I did put stairs in it, but it was in a very awkward place at the home.
Oh.
Yeah, it was awkward. Like the stairs were at the far left of the home. There was a mansion based in like Florida, and at the very like back corner, the stairs were there. So it was strange. I'm glad I'm like very past that stage.
Oh no. Yeah, I know that feeling when you look back at your old builds and you're like, oh wow, that's bad. Like that, the whole placement's awkward. Because I remember my first build, I think I already said this before in like other voiceovers, but I remember it being like a blue suburban shack. It wasn't even a house. Like a house, just it didn't feel like one. It was a shack, basically. And I remember having like a pool at the end. I didn't even know how pools really worked, and I didn't have any game passes, which was even more sad. And I just remember having this like huge hallway that you'd walk into, and then having like the bedroom on one side and all the living spaces on the other. And you know those like ugly blue stools that we have in the game?
The bar stools, yeah.
Yeah, the very retro looking ones. Oh my, I used those for the kitchen for the kitchen island. And I don't think I even use like actual kitchen island counters. Like I just placed regular counters instead of kitchen island counters. It was bad.
Oh wow.
And then I remember my first mansion being like a Greek mansion. Like out of all the mansions, I was just like feeling quirky, so I decided to build a Greek mansion. Let me tell you one thing, it was not good. I was so proud of that build, but it was many things but good. I think you can still find that Greek mansion on my Twitter, and it's horrible. Oh my god, I think I got inspired by like a builder. I think it was, 7YOYOUS.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she had this Mediterranean house that she built like a long time ago, like in 2019. And like that house was so good at the time, and I remember getting inspired by that house and making like a Greek mansion. And that Greek mansion turned out to be all white and like all white concrete with like huge windows. It did not look Greek, first of all, and it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good to look back and see, how you, started. how you first started with like building and things like that.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I like to look back at them because, you know, it shows a lot of growth. Like, you know, especially like you. I remember like, I follow you like early on, like on Instagram. I used to like follow you, and I just remember like this one house. Let me see if I still have it in my saves on my main account. Let me see. Let me look this up real quick.
Wow. Really, my old Instagram days were interesting. Honestly, I remember that
Oh, okay,
whole.
I found it. I have it. I had it saved.
Really?
So it's the English Georgian mini mansion from August 2019.
Wow,
So
that's a long time ago. It's crazy that we're now friends.
yeah, it's it's crazy because I remember like always going on Instagram for like Bloxburg things. Like I used to like look for things on there and on Twitter, and you know it's been such a long time. Like because I didn't start playing Bloxburg until I guess you could say like late 2019 going into 2020.
Oh, so you
So
were like
I'm like,
following people on Bloxburg but not really playing it?
yeah, I was kind of new to it, like late, like December 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I was fairly new. I still know how to do a lot of things that I know how to do today. So it's pretty nice to look back at, you know, things like that,
Yeah,
see
obviously.
how far you've come.
To me, it's just crazy that I've been in the community, like, building for 2 years straight. And, like, I made so many friends and I had so many experiences, and it's obviously, like, really fun to look back at them. Yeah, it's crazy. It really is crazy. Um, I don't know. And it's like, it's even more crazy to me that you actually have a house saved from 2019 from me. Because I wasn't that good of a builder back then. And from what I
Yeah,
remember, I was still building on mobile. It's hard to believe, I know. I used to be a mobile builder. Um,
me as well. Like I started off on my phone, and then like I got a new computer in like what, like February of like 20 of last year, and and then I started there. So it's, you know, it's nice to see.
like, getting
But
your first computer is always so exciting. Like, that whole transition when you move from, like, playing on your phone to playing on your computer. I guess not everyone had it. Personally, I did. And I used to play on iPad, and it was just the most exciting thing for me to get a laptop to play on and stuff.
me as well. Like I was so tired of just like using my phone so much because, you know, I would play, but then sometimes, you know, I had like a at the time I had like an iPhone 6 when I started playing, and sometimes the phone was small, so sometimes I would swipe and it would just like take me out of the whole app.
Oh no. That's like the most
Yeah,
annoying thing in the world when your game would start crashing.
yeah, it was so bad, but I'm glad like we're past that already.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's just like it's kind of crazy to me because I know that I got my computer very late compared to other people. I think I got my
Mhm.
first computer at 14.
Oh wow, yeah, I got mine like I had one that was like really good to play Roblox on, but that one ended up unfortunately breaking. So
Oh
then
no.
I had like a long time without one, and then I got one finally. So
Yeah, I never had a computer break. I think I remember having a computer charger break, which was even more upsetting because you have your computer, it's like all good, but like you need to buy a new charger. And the way I broke the charger is the most stupid thing in the world. It wasn't even that long ago. I think it was like a year ago or so. No, probably even not even that long ago. I'd say like a couple months ago, like 7 or 8, when I was just charging my laptop or something, or I was about to charge it, and I had my grape juice right next to me, and I remember just accidentally like grabbing the charger and like trying to plug it in, plug it into my computer so I could charge, and I accidentally dropped it into the glass.
Oh no.
And basically, that's how I killed my charger to grape juice. And then I had to like live without my laptop for 5 days or so until I got a new charger, which is definitely like nothing serious or anything, but it was inconvenient because okay, I think this was during quarantine, so I was also doing schoolwork on my laptop. Since I have like I prefer to split up my work, like my devices, for different purposes. So my desktop computer is obviously for work, so work as of YouTube videos, creating content and whatnot, and then I have my laptop, which is for schoolwork. And so yeah, just it was weird because I had to use my desktop for school, and I just did not like that experience at all. So yeah. Have you ever had like anything similar happen to you?
Well, this is kind of a dumb story, but I guess I'm just gonna say it. This was a long time ago. Like I remember, I was like at this point I was addicted to Roblox. Like I just had that phase where, I mean, I guess I could say now I'm back in that phase. It's not really, but like I went to a sleepover at my cousin's house. And I had brought the computer, and I went to sleep, and he had this like bunk bed and the computer, so I put the computer down next to me on the floor because they literally never get up for anything. And I wake up the next morning, I open my laptop, and the whole screen is just done. Like the screen is just done. And the laptop is just beat up. And then I'm upset about this, and I still to this day don't even know what happened. I'm pretty sure somebody decided to get up that day and stepped on the laptop or something like that. I don't know.
Oh no! And you still don't know to this day?
Yeah, I still don't know to this day.
Does your cousin even know that it broke?
No, they all know, because I remember like I was crying. I was just like crying, like bawling my eyes out on the floor, just like, my laptop.
Oh no, poor
so
little
funny.
you. I feel bad. That must be so traumatizing as well.
Yeah, because, that computer was like so well. And the reason why it wouldn't work anymore was because the computer was touchscreen. So the computer, not only was the computer, a good computer, it was touchscreen. And it, without the touchscreen, the computer was always messing up, and the hard drive was also broken somehow. I don't know how, but somehow. It was a lot. It was a lot.
I mean, okay, I'd assume this happened when you were like little, right?
Yeah, it's happened like a long time ago.
Yeah, so like when you're a child and like something that you use every day breaks, it's just bad.
Right.
I remember when I shattered my phone for the first time. Oh my god. It was traumatizing. When it comes to protecting my phone, I don't do that. I don't know why. It's a really bad habit of mine. I'm just for some reason I keep on thinking that it'll be fine. But like, yeah, before I used to be very protective, and I remember that literally that whole protectiveness, like I couldn't really do anything about that crack. Like it just kind of happened. It was fate, let's put it that way. Because I think it was Christmas evening. It was basically the 24th of December, the dinner that everyone has every Christmas. And we were at my grandparents' house with my family and everything. And my grandparents have a 2-story house. And I think I was upstairs waiting. And like in my family, we basically get our Christmas presents on that evening, not when we wake up
Yeah.
the next morning. I guess all families do it differently. Mine just kind of gave our presents on the 24th. And so I was waiting after dinner for the presents to finally arrive. And when I was walking down, I slipped on one of the stairs. And I fell from the stairs and my phone was in my back pocket. And so I stand up, right, not thinking of much, and I was like, oh wait, my phone was in my back pocket, and so I check and it was all shattered. It was still functional, like it was still working, but it was all shattered, and it was just, oh my god, it was traumatizing for me as a child, because it was my first time like breaking something, and it wasn't even necessarily my fault. Like I just slipped on the stairs. That's basically what happened. So
Yeah, I kind of have a similar story. So this was like around like winter, and I'm from Massachusetts, so the winters up here are like kind of mixed. Sometimes you get like a good winter, like a nice snow, and sometimes you get a storm. And when this happened, it was like right after a storm. So the roads were still icy, and me, my mom, I was with my family, and we went to this place, and I'm getting out of the car, and I'm walking, and I had my phone in my hand, and I slipped.
oh no.
And I slipped, and the phone was in my hands. It wasn't in my pockets, it was in my hands. So when I slipped, I tried to catch myself, so my phone went flying as well after I slipped. And I just went face first on the concrete, the cold and wet concrete. And I just remember picking the phone up, and it was just done as well.
Oh no.
And I was just so sad, because I didn't want to get in trouble. But my mom, she knew it wasn't my fault, so it was fine.
My parents are like kind of different, since I did like grow up under like a strict household, so like even if it wasn't my fault, my parents would still be mad at me for breaking something. So whenever I was little, I tried to be more careful with things and everything. But I remember like when I brought my phone to the repair shop, they said that they couldn't even repair it. Because the whole like body of the phone, it was bent from the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And like my phone, I still have the same phone. I think I replaced the screen like 3 times over the 4 years that I have it. And it's still bent from that fall. It's crazy. But I kind of like having the same phone. I try to go by this like logic that like you need a new phone when it breaks, like until your old phone is still okay. Like I don't think you really need one, so I don't really upgrade until like my phone's actually done for. But yeah, I've recently watched a horror movie, which I regret. It was, I think, The Conjuring 3 with my friends, and now I don't know why, but like whenever I'm in the dark or something, I'm scared that like something evil will come out of the darkness and snatch me or something. And it's so bad. And that's exactly why I avoid watching horror movies. I don't know if anyone can relate to this, because I definitely feel like I'm not the only one. Like, wait, Enmanuel, are you like scared of horror movies, or am I just the only one who is?
I could watch a horror movie, but the thing with the new Conjuring is it's I've heard things that it's just it's a bit much for a movie. That's what I'm told.
Like, I mean, I've watched it myself. I don't think it's that scary. It's
honestly, I watched the trailer, and just with the waterbed part, I was like, yeah, I'm okay.
That was like the only scary part, honestly, and the rest, it wasn't even that scary to me, but like I still get scared. I think it's just my mind though, because I had this fear. I think I was like 12 or 14, and my friends and I had like a sleepover at during Halloween, on the Halloween night, and I decided to watch Lights Out with my friends.
Oh no.
Let me tell you, that was the biggest mistake of my life. Cause I was scared to I was scared that that like monster would snatch me in the dark, and I'm still afraid of that. Like whenever I go out to grab something from the kitchen at night, like I'm scared that it will happen, and it's been like 4 years since that whole movie, since I've watched that movie, and I can't do anything about it. Like I literally can't. Like even if you tell yourself it's oh, I'm sorry. You talk.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
You talk.
Finish.
It's okay. I'll finish after you.
I think that, especially as a kid, like, I think I watched a couple horror movies that, like, I forgot which one it was. I think a lot of movies that I watched a long time ago, like, still have, you know, I watched this one, I forgot which movie it was called. I think it was like a Slenderman movie that came out so long ago. And I just remember, because I remember when I watched this, like, Slenderman was so popular on Roblox, so it was pretty common. And, you know, I would play the game and whatever. And since then, you know, every single time, like, I just can't. Like, even when I'm, like, sleeping, and I, like, if you ever have, like, a pile of clothes or something, like, on a chair or something that looks like a person when you're, like, in the dark, I don't know. I think it might just be me, but a lot of people probably could relate to me on this, but I get so scared for no reason.
I mean, it's not like for no reason. You're just scared, which is like, yeah, have that happen to me too. Just like the whole the horror movies, they mess you up when you're a child. I guess there's an age limit for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm approaching the age limit, but I'm still, like, I think I'm past it on some movies, but I'm still scared of them. Because I just can't stand horror movies. That's why I'm into, that's why I stick to my Netflix shows. And I'm happy with them.
What Netflix shows are you watching right now?
Right now, I'm actually watching The Blacklist. I think I'm on season 5. I've been watching it for like a month, but it's getting kind of repetitive, but I do want to finish it anyway. I don't know if you watched it. It's like a show about, I don't know, a criminal, just like basically turning in other criminals for the FBI. It's an interesting show, but there's like a whole backstory, and like there's different connections between the agents and the criminal. It's a mess, but it's an interesting mess.
Right.
I definitely recommend watching it. Another show that I do recommend watching is Designated Survivor. It's very...
Oh, Designated Survivor is a good one.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I've watched it. I watched it. It was really good.
Yeah. I remember a couple episodes that really messed me up when I was watching it. Like, messed me up because I didn't expect them to happen. A couple deaths. Don't really want to spoil it to those who didn't watch them, but at the same time I kind of do. But let's just not talk about it, because you know there might be some people who actually didn't watch it.
Yeah, let's not.
But I'm working on the kitchen in the speedbuild right now. I did the drawing room, and I think I'm gonna work on the pantry next. That's in that's between the drawing room and the kitchen. I'm kind of, when I was doing the floor plan, I was kind of skeptical of the location of the pantry, but I guess it doesn't look that bad. I mean, like it isn't even that bad in general. I like how you can walk straight into the sunroom from the pantry, so you can like get your fruits from the sunroom and then put it in the pantry or something like that. I don't know, it was an interesting choice. And I also remember struggling really hard with the kitchen in general. Uh, I remember just having a hard time figuring out the layout because the windows were just French Chateau kitchens are just they're weird. Partially because they weren't made to look good in the in the past. Um, you like as an owner you weren't supposed to be in the kitchens because you had like people cooking for you and stuff. But I guess times changed and now people just yeah. It's hard to make nice kitchens with the layout that French chateaus have, at least the current ones. Well, I guess it's like, I don't know, maybe it's not like that. I think it's just in the chateaus. Wait, Emmanuel, did you know that actual, like, the word chateau translates to castle from French?
I think I've heard that before. Because yeah, I think I've heard it before from like, I remember someone telling me something like that along those lines.
Yeah, because that's the translation, I think, if I'm correct. I had other people tell me, but I think I think it actually is that. Because it makes sense. I mean, it's a French castle.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Oh. In this one clip, you could have seen that the lights were out, and that's probably because I didn't pay my bills on time. Happens way too often. It's so annoying when you, like, have to turn on every single light. Especially, I remember how annoying it was when we didn't have that many items to detail with, so people would just use lights.
Oh yeah, I remember when I couldn't put like switches in certain rooms because like I knew that like there was like detailing in there that had to do with like candles and different lights and like
Yeah.
certain chandeliers. It was a lot.
Oh my god, I know that feeling. I never used to put like light switches. I only started doing it now because now we actually have like the items to detail with, so you don't have to use lights and you can actually use lights for their actual purpose. But I remember just always being scared that people are gonna turn on the light switch or like use the the electrical box, how you can turn on all the lights. And I was scared that people would use that on my builds and like make it basically blinding.
No.
Yeah.
Electrical boxes, they do something.
Oh, they
do
do.
something.
They really do. I mean, they're useful when you don't have any lights as detailing on your plot. That's the only time when they're useful.
I don't know why, but people don't wear. I mean, people don't they don't like turn on auto pay for like the bills for some reason.
They don't, because I have that on. It's
Like,
so useful.
I have auto pay on because I'm not gonna be bothered to like, have to go back and press these buttons to then pay the bills. It's just, I think I'd rather just have it on auto pay so that I can keep doing whatever I was doing without being, disturbed in any way at all.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, it's just useful. I guess maybe not everyone knows about it. And I mean, if it's your first time hearing about it, I think you can turn it on in the settings, right?
Yeah, it's in the, let me see. In settings, options, and then right in the first area you tab, it should say automatically pay bills. You just press on. That's it.
Yeah. Well, now you know. But wait, you recently created like in the RP community, you started an interior design company. Would you like to maybe talk about that?
Oh yeah. So I started a interior design company, pretty much helping others like furnish their homes, because a lot of people some people don't know how to. Some people are too lazy and don't really want to, and they'd rather have somebody else do it for them. They would probably go to me for that, and I would, showcase it and help them get better, and if not, just help them do what they're trying to get done. I don't really have any hacks. Like, I've never made hacks, so I pretty much just use others. Obviously, the credit is given, but
as you should. I mean, I guess it's a good way to do commissions, and if you guys are like, I don't know, interested in commissioning Enmanuel, I'm sure you could make that work, right?
Yeah. Once I figure out a billing system, I'm just charging people right now. I'm really just charging people a flat fee, so that's pretty much it for now.
I see.
Until I get into other.
I mean, a little bit of backstory for those who are new to the channel and but not watched the voiceover with Enmanuel. Enmanuel is part of this Instagram RP community in Bloxburg, whatever. And yeah, it's just full of like rich moms and dads who RP as rich people.
Yeah, and it's after I remember it's developed a lot since it first started. Like, there's a mix of like, actors and singers. And a lot of people are famous, but then you have the normal people that are like, well, I would say normal people that have like normal lives that are somewhat have money, and
yeah,
it's a lot, but it's a lot of fun.
I mean, it looks like it's a lot of fun. I remember when I was a part of it until I was killed by my wife, but no one has to know that.
Yeah, no one needs to know that, that Caroline, killed her husband. No one needs to know that.
No one needs to know that. No one needs to know that.
We didn't say anything,
Keep in mind, we did that. I took that decision willingly, because I don't know. Being in the RP community, it's a lot of work. Let me tell you, it's definitely a lot of work. And I personally just never had the time to. Well, not the time, maybe just the motivation to be in the community. And so I still like tune in from time to time to see what everyone's up to, but I don't post or anything. I used to, and I can tell you that it's very tiring to do so.
But there's this account also in the community that's posting. It's TMZ. It's like a TMZ for the community, and it's like posted like celebrity drama, like events going on in the community, like this celebrity was spotted somewhere and another one was spotted in an airplane over here, and it's very like, it's kind of like the real TMZ pretty much. It's really nice.
I think I've seen that page on Instagram. I found it really funny. Some posts are really funny and good. So props to whoever's running that account. And I guess I can link in the description if you guys want to check it out. I will also link Enmanuel's socials in the description as well, as always. So if you want to follow him, maybe see his posts in the community or even follow his new design page, I'll make sure to link that down below as well. But yeah, I guess we might just head off now. Right?
Yeah. Before we go, I kind of want to put another secret message in there. So let's see what we can do now. So this is a French Chateau. So we can do, what's very common French? Maybe like a baguette emoji, like spam, like maybe three baguette or croissant emojis.
Oh my God.
No. A croissant and a French flag emoji. And yeah, and that'll let us know that you watched all the way up until this point and you heard us all speak.
It will also mean a lot to us if we actually end up finding out that you watched till the end. And yeah, I mean, you heard him. So wait, what was it again? A croissant and a French flag?
Croissant And a French flag, yeah.
You heard him. You heard him. Well, yeah, but like, thank you for everyone who did tune in, and I guess I'll see you all in the next voiceover or the next speed build. So, yeah, bye guys, and also thank you to Enmanuel for helping me voiceover this, helping me last a whole hour. And
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. You know, I'll make sure to invite you again, and let me know if you'd actually love, if you'd actually like to see more of Enmanuel. And yeah, I mean, bye everyone.
I've got something for you, and I can hardly breathe. Something draws me to you, it's taking over me. Don't know where you came from, but you're cutting deep. When the music's over, will you come with me? Tell me you can feel it, though we're oceans apart. I've got love for you, I've got love for you, and I know this magic sparks inside who we are. I've got love for you. I go, would you be happy here in the end? So is it all for nothing? Was it all for nothing? Those memories, was it all for nothing? Was it all for nothing? So is it all for nothing? If I stay, would you run from me? If I go, would you be happy here?